Good evening, family, friends, and neighbors. It is with a heart full of excitement and gratitude that I officially announce that we are running for Mayor of Niagara Falls in 2019. Sincerely, thank you all for being here tonight. If life comes down to a series of snapshots, this is one of them for me. Tonight I want to talk about why we are running, what we means, and why we think we are the best option. First, I want to talk about my family. Niagara Falls is home. My love for this place started with my 4 grandparents, Ernie and Josie Farah, and Al and Josephine Piccirillo. It's part of 4 unique bonds with a carpenter, a plasterer, a homemaker, and a community advocate. That love was molded into a call to service for my brother Aaron and me by my truly amazing parents, Al and Marcia. They are the platform for which we leap every time, and the safety net is ready to catch us. Aunts, uncles, cousins, relatives, many unrelated relatives, if you know what I'm saying, help teach us that you can form community around those family bonds, those bonds with the people around you, because community is life's greatest gift. Life actually started for me when I met my wife and best friend, Kelly. Now here's a part of the speech the politician's supposed to make a joke about his wife letting him run or standing by him, but that just wouldn't apply to us. We stand back to back. We hold each other up. This campaign and everything that we do. I owe a debt to everyone I just mentioned that can only be paid forward by continuing that legacy of love, service, and community to our daughters, Tessa and Nola.
That's me!
That's right. Secret weapon. I am running as a public servant, but I'm also running as a son, husband, and most importantly, as a father. My first commitment is that every word and every moment of this campaign will make my entire family proud. Who here knew Ida Massaro?
Yeah. Thank you!
We work as a pair. We lost Ida about a year ago. I'm a proud student of the Ida Massaro School of Niagara Falls Politics. You never graduate, but you're always a student. I always felt that if I was working with or near Ida, I was on the high ground. If she was with us still, this campaign would have been planned in her dining room. She would have been at the door greeting you. It wouldn't have been a negotiation. That's how it was going to go. Her name is on the registration table tonight. As long as I have a table in politics with my name on it, her name will be on it too. There are so many people here that have taught me about what civics and public service means. Thank you so much for being our teachers. There's also some young people, I'm talking young leaders, high school age here tonight. Thank you so much for being here. It's a big deal. We hope that you get involved in this campaign, but more importantly, we hope that you learn from what we're doing and improve on it. This is your city. This position and all elected positions are rented from you. Keep doing what you're doing. This campaign is about my family, but it's about your family. It's about us. When I say we, it's not just a slogan. It's an affirmation of all that I know to be true. That complicated problems must be and can be solved through creation of community. If we're going to get more done in our neighborhoods, if we're finally going to show the world a city beyond the waterfall, then we have to believe in that power of community and then put that belief into action. We can change our local tax structure to avoid the calamitous budgets like the ones we find ourselves in now, while at the same time making it easier for small businesses to operate and making it harder for developers to land speculate. It's called a land value tax, and I know that's not like a big fireworks term, but it's something that can work, so we're going to talk about it. Our budgets can be planned by the mayor and the city council together, starting with real participation. We might not have the power to eliminate theatrics from our national politics, but I really think that we can do better locally.
Yeah!
We can reform the housing court process, the interim tax foreclosure process, and how tax pilots are given out, because those systems are broken. Improving our local housing stock and neighborhood conditions is common sense. Now, some people don't like those suggestions because sometimes those systems work for them. As my grandfather used to say, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm not calling anybody out personally, but I think that we know change has to happen. And just because change might step on some toes, isn't a reason not to make the change. We can welcome residents to proactively make budget decisions. We call it PB. I've seen it work and the results are remarkable. We can negotiate a financial agreement with New York State that is simple, as based on revenue and expenses, rather than some perpetual attempt to always be a part of the political in crowd. We can find non-traditional funding sources to make quality of life investments in our neighborhoods. We can set that as a $1 million a year goal. We met that goal this year. Let's keep doing it. Our kids and families deserve dynamic spaces and programs, and they also deserve leaders that can find new solutions to old problems. We will not just make general statements in this campaign. I respect all of you too much to act like a typical politician just because I'm a declared candidate. We have a specific course of action for all the things I just talked about and other issues, and it's available at sethpiccirillo.com. We're going to keep adding to that. This room is filled with people I have relied on and I hope have relied on me for a long time. St. John's is my polling place. I live across the street. And based on the turnout, I wish we could just roll out the machines right now and vote. But we cannot. The reality is that the primary is over 330 days away. The general election is over 380 days away. I announced this early as proof that I'm my own candidate, doing this our own way. But I also did it because we need every one of those days for this type of campaign to work. Our announcement has caught the attention of some people that have their own plans for this position, as well as a casual relationship with fact-checking or Google. Good. This will be one of the only times I'm going to speak as I instead of we in this campaign. I will not compromise my ethics or value of truth in this campaign, especially on tough days, and trust me, there will be tough days. I will not pander to those who do for political comfort. Words matter and facts are important. I am prepared for that decision to make victory more difficult. But you deserve, and I require, for us to do this the right way. The path to finally getting away from the embarrassing events and elements of our history must be traveled on the high road. Just as I am certain that community is the ultimate problem solver, I know that in differentiating leaders, temperament is the great divider. Along with our issues, this election will be about composed, reliable, and professional leadership. Who's capable of it and who isn't? Who's faking it and who's got it? Who's showing up just because it's election time and who's been here all along? As I close, I need you all to do something more for me, even though you've always been so generous with me, especially tonight. If you know anyone who has a question about this campaign or me as a candidate, please tell me. I'll go to them. I'll talk to them in any format they want. This campaign is a conversation. I'm eager to make my case, and I'm more eager to listen. More than that, if they ask about my background and qualifications, please tell them that every decision during my 13 years of local, state, and regional government has led me to this moment. As my dad said, I visualized this day since I was a kid, but I can tell you I've never been more prepared for it than I am right now. If they ask you about my policy approach and they want a quick answer, please say neighborhood quality of life investment, professional public management, and leadership in Niagara Falls to be proud of. If they ask about me as a person, please let them know I'm running to do something and not to be something. My actions will always speak loudest. I listen before I speak. And I'm bringing everything I have to this campaign. My career, my livelihood, and my name. And finally, if they just ask who's running for mayor, tell them we are. I'll never be able to properly thank you all for what you've done in this community and done for me. But I will try by running a campaign that does right by you and does right by our home. For the next 380 days, you have that commitment from me. And for the rest of my days in Niagara Falls, you will have my heart. Thank you very much.